three tires are like brand new. They're just a little hard from age. This chrome fender's pretty good. Throttle works, brake works.
Wow.
Flip up seat. It's got a reverse gearbox in it. Differential, dual brakes in the back. So basically all this needs is an engine and a box. It's got like a tilt box for doing yard work and stuff like that. Big gas tank, looks like it's in good shape and everything. These are for like cushions for the seat, I think. Okay, we got air in the tires, we got the thing rolling. It's actually really good. The tires are in very good shape. In fact, I think they're new. They're just old and hard, but there's still the little nubbins on the treads. All right, Connor's cleaning up the engine battery compartment here.
It's original.
Whew, it's not light. All right, we got the engine bolted in. Got the exhaust cleaned out of all the hornet's nests and hooked up. We have a fuel line with a filter hooked up. The petcock is opened all the way. We flushed the gas tank out and made sure that what came out of here was clean, and it wasn't at first, but it is now. So we should have clean fuel to it. Oops. Should have clean fuel to it. We pulled the dipstick. It actually has pretty good looking oil on it. So we're on to wiring it right now.
Whoa! Whoa! Hold on. Nice.
All right, started working. All right, we decided to check for spark. Took the plug out and we zip tied a wire directly to the threads and ran it to the ground of the battery. And when we turn it over, we got no spark. All right, while we got the plug out anyway, we decided to give it a quick compression check to see if this engine is even worth our time. Here, you take this, Connor, and point it at that gauge. Now, I think we should get, this is a small engine, but I think generally the rule is you want at least 100 pounds. Let's see what we got here. Oh,
It's 30.
no. Boo! All right, we checked the ring gap. We got to look up if they're within spec or not. They didn't seem wildly wildly wore out or anything. But this engine is starting to get on my nerves a little bit. We just poured water in the intake and exhaust, and not a drop is coming out of these valves. We're not finding any reason for this engine to be low compression. It's driving me a little nuts. I guess the next thing is to check the surface of the head and the top of the block here, see if they're straight. Flat, I should say. Now I started looking over the head, and this, when I laid the straight edge over it, right here seemed to be high. Like if I laid the straight edge over it here, you could rock it back and forth right here. So right here seems to be high. There's an actual crack all along there, and it's significant enough that you can feel it when you drag your finger over it. All right, let's give this a try. I had a friend weld up the crack. Well, before he did that, I took a grinder and cut it down so it was like a ditch. So he was able to fill up that ditch and then add some extra material. I ground it back down to not quite flush. There's no danger of anything hitting here. But I wanted to leave just a little bit of material just to kind of keep the strength up. And then I put sandpaper on this smooth table here. and I just rubbed the head all over that sandpaper until it was flat. It wasn't flat. And then I finished it with 320. So this seems to be very flat. I'm gonna bolt it back together. I got the engine mostly back together. Well, it's far from perfect, but it's better than 30. I think I could make it run at that. It's just gonna be a tired engine. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna try it. If it runs good, fine. If it runs terrible, then I'll think about grabbing another engine. All right, we got the compression issue handled, but we didn't have any spark. So I looked up procedures to check the coil, the points, and the condenser. And after all that, it ended up just being dirty points. So let's check the spark now. Ready? Mm-hmm. All right, let me know if you see a nice blue spark.
Yes.
Yes? Okay, we have spark. So let's put the engine back together and get it in the vehicle, put oil in it, see if we can get it running. Okay, a little pre-gas here. Well, I never hooked up that breather hose to the... Come on, buddy. All right, this isn't the original box, but it's a box that we had. We already mounted it, but we're putting it back on now. It dumps, there's no tailgate, but it's very light. So it's a little goofy looking because it's not as wide as the seat. But temporarily, we're gonna use that. And we'll keep our eyes open for an original box, but I don't think we're gonna find one. So far, this thing is all original, which is unusual for us. Should I start, bro?
Yes. I don't think so.
Hey, get off that camera.
Hello.
All right, I think we got the last piece of the puzzle, the belt. We're gonna try to drive it and see what happens now.
Oh boy.
All right, first we try to start it. Then we give it gas and see if it goes. Not moving, that's step one. Should be forward. And it stops when I let off. It vibrates so bad I can't see straight when I drive it. got some vibrations to fix on that thing. That thing is loud and rattly. He's grinning. What do you think?
What?
You see what I mean? It like rattles like crazy.
Yeah, I can see straight, but my hands hurt.
Yeah. All right, let me drive one more time, then we'll park it. Oh, hi. I forgot this is a 2-seater, actually a 3-seater. Ready?
Yeah, don't
Go see Mom.
Don't go too hard.
All right, we're gonna fix it in the future, but for now, we just took the dump box off because that was rattling so bad. We kind of temporarily tack welded a little battery bracket on here because the stock battery is a little guy that goes down there next to the engine, but none of the lawn tractor batteries I have fit, so that's temporary. We're gonna see how it rides with 3 people. All right, so it's not restored, obviously, by any means, but we took an old pile of parts and made it run. Had a little fun with it. We got to decide if we're going to do like an original box or just make it like a fun go-karty thing and probably put rear fenders on it. The battery's just kind of temporarily there. But we got another thing to add to the collection here. All right, we'll leave it in here with the other toys. Let's see if it runs.